Hello everybody and welcome to my vlog. Day 8, one step at a time. As you can see from me, I do look a little bit rough because I've not had a shave, but I've lost the AirPods because I think some people thought that there might have been some sort of medical device, and I've gained some glasses, some specs, so I can see what I'm doing. I've had a couple of busy days, a couple of days where I've been a bit, probably more ambitious than I should have been. That's left me knackered at tea time, so I've slowed down and done a couple of thousand steps less today. I know that sounds bad. Went for a walk earlier, freezing cold, and I coughed non-stop all the way around for about 30 minutes, just coughing. So I'm waiting for the first person to say to me, "Hey mate, have you got COVID?" But other than that, I also cooked tea last night for the first time in 5 weeks, and I love cooking. It's something I do to de-stress, so I miss it. So I was really pleased to be able to do that. I just wanted to carry on a little bit from last night, just about long COVID, because there's all this thing about, is this flu, and is it, it lasts about 10 days, some people are ill for 3 weeks, I don't know. If I look back at the 59,938 of us who were diagnosed with COVID on the one day, just call it 60,000 because it's only 62 short. 1 in 5, so that's 12,000 of us who were diagnosed that day, will still be having symptoms up to 6 weeks. 1 in 10 of us, so 6,000 of us, will still be having symptoms and still not be well for 3 months. And 1 in 20, poor sods, 3,000 people out of that day will be still suffering the long-term effects of COVID from 3 months onwards. And I can only say up to a year because no one's had it for more than a year yet. But I'll say that of those people that are hospitalised, 1 in 3 are readmitted within 3 months. So this thing doesn't go away. They're more susceptible to to issues with the lungs, with the heart, and with the kidneys. So it's a worry. It's certainly not 10 days and you're okay. I'm hoping there's nothing wrong with my heart, but I've now got to go and have an echocardiogram just to check that out as well as everything else. But I hoped I didn't have a little bit of lodging in my left lung, but he seemed to pop up. So if you want to have a look at the long-term effects and the impact on the number of people, there's some simple websites to have a look at. The British Heart Foundation have got a great piece on it. It's dead simple to read. It was done in December, so it's fairly up to date. And that's at bnf.org.uk. And the other one is the Royal College of Nursing, because this is an important one, the rcn.org.uk, because they add a piece, and that's about post-intensive care. Because lots of people who need intensive care and ventilation need a lot of ongoing physical and psychological support after it. So if you think about long-term COVID patients, they've got all the issues around COVID, and they've also got the long-term intensive care support that's needed. So if you know anyone that's suffering, if you know anybody who's self-isolating, look, give them a ring, send them a text, just get in touch with people. I know from answering the phones at Samaritans over the last few months and straight through the pandemic in the early hours, how many people are really struggling with lockdown, and how many people struggle with the isolation and the feeling alone and the fear of catching this and the fear of opening the door. So, help people out, give them a ring, talk to people, just give them some space. But they need to know that you care. And if you know somebody that's looking like they've had symptoms for a long time, there is a Facebook group called Long COVID Support Group. Now, you have to have shown that you've got a complicated COVID history, or you've been, that you qualify to be in there. There are 34,500 members, and when I read some of the stories, it's harrowing. But I also listened to a public health consultant talking about, how we try to prevent these things and what type of things go wrong. And overwhelmingly, the best way of not having these people who are ill for months and months and months, and you've got multi-organ issues and stuff like that, is to just stop COVID now. So this whole thing about lockdown, I can't listen to another person whinge about lockdown in terms of, the inconvenience. I can in terms of people who've got really emotional issues with it. All we're being asked to do is stay safe. Stay home, keep your distance, wear a mask, wash your hands frequently. If you go out of the house, come home, wash your hands. We've got a 6-year-old that does it. So that's my message. This isn't about stopping a virus that gives you a cold. This is about stopping a virus that kills people and that leaves people with long-term health issues, and we can all do something about it. So that's me today. Thank you very much for listening. I hope I've not upset anyone, but I hope I've also made you think a little bit about what COVID really, really is. Thanks a lot. Take care of yourselves and stay safe.